So the amount that you see in the thumbnail is probably the amount that I've lost. So I'm going to preface this video just to mention I'm a UK-based YouTuber. I've run this YouTube channel since around 2013. Now I have a full-time job, so YouTube for me has always been something on the side. I make videos in my spare time. My priority has always been either my studies or my full-time job. This year I have a bit more time, so I've been looking into the analytics side of things. I've been looking at the finance side of YouTube, and I noticed a big discrepancy between the amount of money which is projected or estimated on my YouTube analytics page and the amount of money that hits my bank account. It's a lot less. And I'm thinking, why is there such a big difference? Why am I projected one thing but I receive a lot less? So I asked on some forums, and the response that I got was the estimated earnings is just an estimate basically, and I was told the money that you receive, that is your true earnings. But that actually isn't the case, because when I was looking a little bit further, it all comes down to the W-8BEN form, which we had to submit. And if you remember, back in around 2021, a lot of YouTube creators were getting a message from Google saying you need to fill in this form. If you don't, there may be a risk of a loss of earnings. So if you don't know what the W-8BEN form means, basically any revenue which comes from a US audience. So if you take your views and the amount you receive, there'll be a small percentage which comes from US viewers. You're supposed to pay tax on that. And it's not only just the views, it can also be super chats as well. So since that date, I think it was around May 2021, you were supposed to fill in this form, and some countries actually have a tax treaty with the US. The UK has one where they shouldn't really withhold any money, so it's a 0% rate. Now I filled in my W-8BEN form. I must have missed some part where I was supposed to put in this information, but I didn't. And when I checked my analytics and when I checked on Google AdSense, I had a withholding rate of about 30%. So 30% of my income every month was getting automatically deducted, and it wasn't just from US, it was just my entire income altogether. And I did check the percentage viewers of my videos from the US, and it was only about 2 or 3%. So this is obviously wrong, and I've had money deducted incorrectly. Largely it's down to my error, because I should have submitted this correctly, which I didn't. But I've just let this continue, and now it's a substantial amount of money over a long period of time. So I'm going to now just try and rectify this issue. So the first thing I've done so far, it's an ongoing process, but the first thing I did was just verify what percentage I'm actually paying. I'll show you how to do this. To be honest, if it's affected me, there must be thousands of YouTubers who've been in a similar situation, especially from the UK. And I called my accountant and I explained the situation to them, and they mentioned that they have other UK YouTuber clients who have had similar issues. So, it's an ongoing process. So I'm going to tell you what you need to do to make sure you're not, overpaying in this withholding tax. So the first thing you should do, log into your Google AdSense. In the payment settings section, there'll be an area for you to see your US tax settings. Check this and check the percentage, and I'll show you a picture here. So mine was 30%, I've corrected it now, so now it says 0%. So this is what it should look like. So resubmit your form, do it again. There is an option for you to enter an FTIN, a foreign TIN number. So that will just be either your national insurance number, or it will be your unique tax reference number. So make sure that's inputted in. And then in the section where you choose if your country has a treaty with the US, make sure you put the UK, and you have to select it for all 3 of these categories. What you can also do is speak with Google support. So that can be done through your channel settings. I'll show you what you need to do. I had a conversation with 2 Google employees who explained the situation. And now what I need to do is work out how I can get this tax back. So unfortunately, the way it works is Google can offer you a refund, but the error needs to be corrected within the tax year that you're claiming from. So I could potentially get a tax refund for the 2023 year, but I can't do it through Google for 2022 and 2021. According to Google, what I need to do is contact the IRS directly, let them know the situation, and I may be able to claim the money back. I'm not too sure how it's going to work exactly. I have a meeting with my accountant and I'm gonna mention all these things, and I'll have to do an update video to let you know, number one, how much was actually deducted. I don't mind disclosing that, but once I have an exact figure, I've estimated it to be about £6,000, but once I know, I'll make a second video on how much was actually deducted in error, and again, it's probably my error, but I'll be making that second video to show you how much I lost and how much hopefully I can reclaim back. And I'll also be mentioning the steps I took to rectify the situation. So now it's just the beginning stage. I would advise you to, number one, check your settings in AdSense, contact Google support and find out the situation from them. They are very helpful when you ask them about the tax information. They just can't really give any tax advice specifically. They tend to just say to speak to a tax advisor. So yeah, ongoing situation. I thought I would just make this video because I know a lot of UK YouTubers are in this situation because, like myself, YouTube isn't really their main source of income. YouTube may just be a side income while they focus on, their primary source of income, like a full-time job, and they may have made this error just like me. So if this video is helpful to you, leave a comment. If you have any questions, write them below. I'll do my best to try and help you and advise you as much as I can based on the information I know. And yeah, just let me know how much you think you've lost from this situation. To be honest, I really want to know how many people are being affected. So if you are being affected by this, let me know. And thank you very much for watching, and keep an eye out for part 2 where I disclose just more information once I find out what's happening.